Hello viewers, this is Decagon Math and you're welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be explaining functions, and it is a prerequisite to calculus. So if you are doing calculus or you'll be doing calculus, it is very important that you have a very deep knowledge of what functions are. The first thing you'll be learning is the definition of a function. So the definition of a function has been given here, and it reads that a function is defined as an expression that describes the relationship between an independent variable, which is the input, and independent variable, which is output, in which only one output exists for every input. I will definitely explain this so that this can make a better sense to us. Now, for example, if we write that y equals to f of x. Now, what does this mean? It means that y is a function of x. Y is a function of x. That is what this actually means. When we write this, it means that y is a function of x. So, according to what we have written, y is a variable, and so also x is a variable. Now, what does a variable mean? A variable means a quantity that changes value, right? That means the value of y can change and the value of x can also change. So in this case, y is called the dependent variable. It is called the dependent variable because every value of y depends on a corresponding value of x, right? And on the other end, x here is called the independent variable. All right, x is called the independent variable because the value of x can just be chosen randomly. However, most times we pick values of x from specific intervals from the set of real numbers, right? So to understand better what I've been saying, let's make use of this function. Let's say f of x is equals to 2x, right? And let y be the dependent variable. So we can write that y equals to f of x, which is equals to 2x, right? As I've said earlier, that x is the independent variable, right? That means we can choose some values of x, right? Just freely. But let's say that we want to pick some values of x. Let's say we want to pick that x should be from -2 to +2. Now, what we have written here, -2 to +2, is called the interval, right? We call this the interval, or let's call it the range of values, or range values. You can also write it as range values, right? Now, this means that x will equals to -2, x will equals to -1, x will equals to 0, x will equals to 1, and x will equals to 2. That is the meaning of these range values. That means these are the set of values that x will take. Now, since we have obtained the values of the independent variable, so how do we get the value of the dependent variable, which is y? We obtain the values of the dependent variable, which is y, by inputting the values of this independent variable x into our function f of x, right? So that's why we are going to get the values of the dependent variable y. I want us to recall that we said y is equals to f of x, which is equals to 2x, right? I hope we remember that, right? And when x is equals to -2, right, we have that y will equals to f of, now this x is -2, so we write it like this. That means x now is -2, which is equals to 2x. That is 2 multiplied by x is -2, so our value will now be -4. That means when x is -2, the corresponding value of the dependent variable, which is y, is -4. Now let's pick for x equals to -1. When x equals to -1, then we have that the value of our dependent variable, which is y, equals to f of -1, equals to 2 into bracket -1, and that will give us -2, right? And then when x is equals to 0, that means y will equals to f into bracket 0, which is 2 into bracket 0, which is equals to 0. So I want you to do for when x equals to 1 and x equals to 2 by yourself. This is all for now in this video. I hope now you should be able to identify or even write functions and also find the values of the dependent variables when we are being given the values of the independent variables, right? So please subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.